Okay, so hey guys, so past couple of weeks, really just been getting into this whole MLB, watching so many different matches. I didn't know there was so many matches on consecutively. Seems like everyone's always playing every single day, but I mean that makes sense. There's like over 100 kind of regular season matches, so that doesn't even consider the kind of playoffs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just been really good learning a bit more about the mental side, learning a bit more about different kind of positions, different things like that. So it's really been good just understanding lots of different things. You guys in the comment section have been amazing, helping me just learn a lot more things. Some things I had no clue of, some things I knew a little bit about. So it's really just been great learning a bit more about this sport, and this video is no different. Want to focus a bit more on the batter side, as the couple of pitches and stuff like that I've been looking at, it just made it seem like batters have absolutely no chance actually hitting the ball. And so in this video today, what I want to do is kind of just look into one area about the hitting side, the batters, looking at one area, trying to learn a bit more about the batters, why everyone should bat or why everyone shouldn't bat, and there should be more designated hitters. So continue joining me on my journey as I learn more about this sport, learn more about the history of this sport, and as we get into this video, as I react to another video by the MLB YouTube channel looking at designated hitters. So what is up guys, my name is Philip and welcome to this channel, Psych Pass Shoot Score, your channel for anything sports and sports psychology related. So if you're enjoying any videos, if you enjoy any sports, really looking at baseball in this past couple of weeks. So if you enjoy baseball, want to learn a bit more about the mental side of the sport, want to join me in my journey as I just learn more about the sport of baseball, make sure you subscribe for more content just like this, and let's get started in the video.
Some of you love to see this.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people who love to see home runs.
Your speed.
Yeah, that wasn't fair.
Yeah,
The
I like
rest of
seeing
you
pictures as well.
probably have no idea that what you're looking at right now is actually one of baseball's greatest controversies. The designated hitter. And people have a lot to say about it.
Designated hitter.
Put the DH in play. Designated hitter.
Put the DH, Dave DAL.
Pitchers are the best athletes, so why not swing the bat?
Oh, pitchers being the best athletes. I don't know about that one. Like, that's definitely up for debate. There's been some great pitchers. You can definitely see there's a lot of athleticism needed for their position, but seeing what the outfielders have to do on a regular basis, having to read and react from where the batter hits the ball, once they catch the ball, they have to kind of analyze the whole situation, which base is best to kind of throw it to. There's a lot of things physically and mentally those outfielders really need to do. So I don't know about those pitchers being the best athletes, but definitely is up for debate. Interesting, okay.
I want to see him swing the bat.
I like the pitchers hitting.
Most younger pitchers will prefer to concentrate on pitching.
They love to hit.
They don't hit.
Do you agree or disagree?
Wow, this is definitely a
What
debate.
if this isn't an argument about whether pitchers should have to hit? It's an argument about the soul of baseball itself. Now we're getting somewhere.
So, quick question. Should there be a designated hitter?
And there's talk of making the DH universal. There are arguments pro and con.
In 2020, for the first time ever, both leagues will have a designated hitter, or DH.
Okay, so this was quite recently. This was only last season, so it's only been a year. So interesting. Yeah, I did a bit of research, and I think it's not a thing now in this season, but it's interesting to see that it was only one season that the whole MLB actually adopted this whole rule. So that's interesting.
The designated hitter is definitely one of baseball's stranger creations.
Oh, there.
They buried
Funeral.
his glove, but they didn't bury his bat.
After all, it's a rule that only applies to half the teams. Major League Baseball is divided into the American League and the National League.
Okay, so this is one of the questions I was thinking about, just with the MLB. There's a lot of teams, a lot of different matches, but I didn't know how they were divided. So you got the American League, you got the National League. Is that divided by coast? So is one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, or is it just a bunch of different teams kind of just put together in a conference?
With the best team from each league meeting in the World Series.
Yeah.
And before this season, the only difference between the two leagues was the designated hitter. There are 9 active players on a baseball team.
This was another question I had, just with all the different positions. Like, I knew, of course, there's the outfielders, we got the batters, we got catchers, we got the pitchers and stuff like that, but I didn't really know the specific position. So you got your first, second, third base, you got your shortstop, left field, center field, and right field, catcher. So I assume then, even if everyone, for example, the left field, center field, and right field, even though they're all outside on the field, they all have their specific kind of purpose and specific kind of areas of expertise within their kind of fielding position. So that's kind of what I would assume.
In the National League, every one of them, including the pitcher, has to field and hit. Meanwhile, in the American League, instead of the pitcher, each team gets a designated hitter to bat. But that's all they do. Unlike the other players, they don't play defense. After all, they are designated to hit.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, what are people so fired up about?
Do you agree or disagree?
Here's the debate. In this corner, weighing in at probably more than they used to, the designated hitter. There are 3 core arguments for those in favor. 1, pitchers today are really bad at hitting.
Seat cushion strikeout.
And every season, they're getting worse.
I mean, to be fair, that does make sense. Like, when you really think about it, the pitchers have had so much to do. In the previous video I was kind of reacting to, we saw that pitchers have so many different variations, and then within those different variations, there's so many variations. So there's so much things they have to learn, so many things they have to practice and perfect. That way, when it's game day, they're physically and mentally prepared to execute those things. So with all that time being focused on pitching, of course, it makes sense they're not going to have a lot of time with batting. Of course, they need to factor in times that they have to kind of rest and recover and relax and stuff like that. So there's a lot for them to work on. So it makes sense that their batting averages would go down.
The DH role replaces that guaranteed out with some of the game's most productive hitters. And it extends the careers of some clumsy fielders. 2, the injuries. For batters, the DH acts as a half day off, which helps keep them healthy during the marathon 6-month season.
Yeah, so
Meanwhile,
many
for
matches.
pitchers, to suddenly hold a bat or run the bases for the first time since Little League isn't just hard. It can genuinely be dangerous.
Wainwright's hurt.
Really?
Oh my goodness.
Because I
And
just
3?
assume, I mean, the person before, he was saying that they're amazing athletes, they're one of their most athletic positions. I wouldn't assume then just kind of running would cause such a kind of big injury. They may be slow runners, fair enough, but I didn't think they'll get injured from it.
And 3, most pitchers don't want to hit.
Yeah, I'm not here to hit. I'm
Ooh,
here to
Blake
pitch.
Snell again.
So when I step in the box, I'm not for it. I know I'm not going to hit a home run. I know these pitchers are disgusting. That's the reason why I signed up to be a major league pitcher, not a hitter. So
Fair
I'm
enough.
super happy that I'm a pitcher only, if you will.
So, if you could protect pitchers and replace bad hitters with good ones, wouldn't you? Apparently, it's not so simple. And in the other corner, coming straight out of yesteryear,